over a $75 charge. And the worst part is, the host that put in a complaint against me was terrible. And when I say terrible, I mean terrible. 2 days into the trip, refrigerator went out.
Every other
word is fucking.
I got a potty mouth too, but like
but not like that.
Every other word. Welcome to another episode of Once Upon a Bnb. This is Ian.
This is Maha, and we have a special guest with us today.
Hello,
50.
I'm 50.
Wow, I like extra pronounced that F. 50.
50.
Where'd the name come from?
So I grew up on a street called 50 Fitch, and that's literally where I got my name from. Yeah, growing up on the street.
Where's that at?
Connecticut, New Haven.
Oh,
yeah.
There's black people in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
How big? 50 Cent, his big mansion was in Connecticut. Now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? Had he already blown up by the time everyone started calling you 50?
Probably. You look really young.
I'm 30. I just turned 30.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so 50, you know.
So yeah.
But yeah, though, I blew up like 2021 on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you doing? What was?
I do like funny skits and stuff, and then I was just doing it with my brother, and then boom, blew up on every platform.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the skit about that made you go viral?
I was doing like skits, like I was getting like the younger crowd, so I'll do like stuff like when your bad friend hangs out with like when your bad friend like hangs out with that one kid that your parent don't want you to, and I was doing like stuff like that. So
you were young then.
Yeah.
How old were you at the time?
When I blew up, I'm 30 now, so that's trying to go back. What is it? I was like 26, 20 years.
Don't put math pressure.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, that's why I can't play blackjack. I hate doing math under pressure.
Yeah, I'm trash at blackjack. I lost so much money.
Yeah,
With the younger crowd, that's how they think you're the first 50.
Yeah.
Right, they don't even know the other 50. That makes total
50
sense.
cents? What?
50
Okay.
cent? What?
Wow. Well, thank you for joining our lowly little podcast,
Of
even though you're
course.
TikTok famous. How's the band been for you? Well, it was like a 30-second ban, but were you worried there for a minute?
No, I don't even use TikTok no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I got all my followers to go over to like YouTube, Instagram, and like Twitch and stuff like that.
You do that ahead of time, like anticipation of the band?
Yeah, I did that. Like I got all my followers to go over as soon as I blew up on TikTok. I was like, let me get big on everything just in case something happens.
That's so
I'm more
cool. Good for you.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And you work with our label mates, right? Every day is Friday.
Yep, Trey. Yep.
Cool.
And then I know you don't have too many. You haven't. Thankfully, you've had not too many bad experiences, but you do have a crazy travel story for us.
Yeah. I was visiting Atlanta, but I was going to Macon to see my aunt. But
That was your first mistake.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I booked like a hotel like near the airport, and so the first room I went to, like the hinges was like off. So, like, anybody could just, like, I feel like, break in there.
Yeah.
So, I was just like, you know what? I was with my girl, and she was just like, yeah, this is sketchy. So, I was like, all right. So, then I go downstairs to talk to them. I said, can we go to another room?
Something with the hinges, preferably.
Yep.
Yeah. Can we get a room with hinges, maybe?
Right.
Door that's all
An
the way on.
operating door?
They
It's
moved
not
me
too
to
much to
another room.
ask.
The same thing was with the other door.
What?
The hinges, I was just like, you know what? So, I went to sleep. Well, I didn't go to sleep. I stayed up.
Stayed watching.
Right.
I was like, I don't trust it.
So what? All right, your girl at the time, was she like, I'm tired? Or-
Yeah, I was just like, damn, and it was late too, so
Yeah.
I wasn't too familiar with Atlanta, so I was just like, yeah, just take
Those
this.
doors have probably been kicked in before. That's why they're
Yeah.
all off the hinges.
I was like, no, this is crazy, so I just stayed up.
Last time I stayed by the airport was for the bar exam. So the bar exam is like by the airport out there, like I don't remember where it was, like in some airplane hangars or something.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody's nervous about like driving there in the morning, anything happening. So like we got hotels there, but we're like broke law school students. So I'm pretty sure it was like the Super 8 or something like that. Terrible idea because you could hear airplanes flying over the entire time. But the vending machine is pretty cool. They sold blunts. They sold like blank CDs, condoms in the vending machine. That lets you know what type of place it was. But yeah, I will not be staying by the airport anymore.
I never saw that before.
Blunts, and that's kind of genius.
Yeah,
though. Y'all
that's
should get a
smart.
blunt vending machine here.
condoms.
Yeah, you just got Monster Energy drinks.
Right.
I'm glad they're a sponsor.
Let's
of
get
Relatable.
sponsored by
Right.
like Backwoods or something. That'd be cool.
All right, so let me back it up too. So you're up all night on watch.
Uh-huh.
You keep you and your girl safe.
Yeah.
What happens the next morning? You're just like this, like
I
welcome
woke
to
up
Atlanta.
and then I drove straight to Macon, and then I just said, "Hey, I'm just stay at my aunt's house," and we just stayed there. Cause I don't know, it was just weird. Like I ain't never experienced like a hotel like that, you know?
Yeah.
Just the hinges off, and they move you to another room. The hinges is off.
Yeah,
just
that
like,
doesn't
what the
seem like
Yeah,
they probably got kicked in. I'm
yeah.
telling you.
People was yelling in the hallway. I said, "Bro, where are we at?"
It was probably the same hotel I stayed at for the bar. I'm telling you. It was wild.
That's the good study environment. 'Cause
Right.
It's a 2-day exam.
Right.
So that overnight, when you're hearing the planes going back and forth and the people
Oh,
arguing.
also night one, I stayed with my friend. We split a like $40 room or something. But it was Laura Trey. She told me like the night before, she's like, "Oh, I need to review like the Georgia distinctions or something like that." It was something I had never heard of at all. It was like a whole
What?
section of the bar that I didn't even know existed until that night. I was like, "Review the what now?"
What?
She's like, "Oh, Georgia distinctions." I was like, "Oh my fucking God. No idea what that is."
That's something similar happened to me. It was like so there's like 5 or so, I can't remember how many main sections that everyone studies, and there's Georgia specific ones.
Yeah.
And I had no idea about that either until like last week. And all of a sudden my buddy had already studied like heavily. He's like, "Here's my book of those, get after it."
See, it was too
Wow.
late for me. It was the night before. I was like, "Well, guess I'm not gonna be a lawyer," but it worked
Made
out.
it.
And you still passed. That's insane.
By the hair on my chinny chin chin or whatever the saying is. Not really. I actually like did really well on it, but I was so sure I passed. I cried for like 3 days after the bar.
Oh, that you failed, you mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was so sure that I failed. I cried like nonstop.
I nailed it. There's tears of joy.
That was like
Yeah.
kind of when I like took the firefighter exam. Like towards the end, I just start bubbling anything.
Yeah.
Back it up.
Oh, you're a firefighter?
Yeah.
I retired because of the content and stuff.
Oh, man, so you
yeah.
were an active
damn.
fireman when you blew up on TikTok?
So yeah, I was like, soon as I graduated college, cause I played football, and I was like, all right, I got my bachelor's, and I was like, I don't really want to do criminal justice. So then I
Yeah.
was just like, what can I do? But I was making content, making money, so I was just like, let me just take the firefighter exam, see what happens. Like,
Get in that calendar, you know?
yeah, took it
Yeah.
randomly.
$2.
And then like I was taking a test, I see everybody getting up. So I'm like, all right, I need to hurry up then. I just start bubbling and stuff. Next thing you know, the test come out, I got a 99. I'm like,
Hell
how?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
I
How
had
long were you a
studied
fireman?
for like 2 weeks. I was in academy, and then I was just like,
Okay.
I'm moving to Georgia, and it was like, what? Like, yeah. And then
Oh, so what? This is a department where are you moving from?
yeah, New Haven.
Okay.
Okay,
this-
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then yeah, they was just like, oh well, you gotta retire. I was like, I'm not even a firefighter yet, I'm just in academy. They're like, you still have to. I was
Wow.
just like, okay. So,
Retired at like 26 or something.
yeah.
Pretty
That's
badass.
pretty
That
cool.
resume.
Yeah.
I put in my 2 weeks on day one time because I'd taken another job already. So, but I was like, well, I got to put in my 2 weeks at this job. Because I was interviewing, then one came late. And so I get there and like the lawyer that hired me didn't get there till like noon. So I kind of just like, they had like an intro plan for him. And he gets there, I come in and I was like, hey, I got to put in my 2 weeks.
On the
Wow.
first day.
And he's
That
like,
is
get the fuck out of
hilarious.
here.
Right. Why did you even show up?
Well, because I'm a stand-up guy. I was going to
Yeah.
get my 2 weeks.
Right, get the fuck out of here.
That's hilarious. Well,
Crazy.
should we get into some clip reviews?
Yeah, it worked out for you. Some of these reviews may not have worked out so well for us. So
Yeah.
So I am banned from Airbnb for life over a $75 fucking charge. And the worst part is, the host that fucking put in a complaint against me was fucking terrible.
dropping a
And
lot
when I
of
say
F-bombs.
terrible, I mean fucking
Yeah.
terrible. 2 days into the fucking trip, refrigerator went out.
every
which was
other
a-
word.
Right. Every other word is fucking.
I got a potty mouth too, but like,
yeah, but
right.
not like that.
Every other word, dude.
refrigerator
Is he
went out,
using your
which
new
was a
special
nice
camera?
stainless
This
steel
footage looks
and front door,
fantastic.
decent
Right, yeah,
fucking
it's-
machine. After complaining and losing half the shit in the fucking fridge for days, I finally got a
I
report.
wonder what this. He hasn't told us yet what his got banned for life for.
Yeah.
Life, excuse me. But, like,
It's his favorite
was
word.
it for his potty mouth? Did they have like a swear? Did they have a swear jar and he like filled it
Great
up?
fucking Airbnb, man. Had a great fucking time.
Right.
5 fucking stars. I do want to get a count
$75.
when we edit this.
Yeah.
We got to get a F-bomb count. Yeah, ding,
Yeah,
exactly.
let's do that.
Yeah,
like
100%.
count it.
And then I'd like to get in the shit in there. It's probably at
Let's
least.
do an over/under. How many f-bombs do you think
This
there
is
were?
good. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, over under.
All right. I'm gonna set the over/under.
How long is the video? Let me do some math
Yeah, let's do
here.
some math here. It's 244.
244.
All right. How many words per minute do you think this is supposed to be talking in?
All right, let's just make our guesses. I say 75 fucks.
All right.
Or fuckings.
All right. That's our over/under.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say
50 over/under.
40.
All right, you're going well under 75. I'm going to go under as well because 75, let's see, 244, so that's 120 plus 44. That's 164 seconds.
That's the math I was trying to do quickly, but
So that's like 1 every 2 seconds. All right, obviously you're going below that. That's your guess. We're not going to say that's over and under. I'll go
I
under.
never said math was my strong suit.
we already established with
under.
50. Don't be thrown off by the number in his name.
Right.
We don't like
His
doing
guess is
arithmetic.
40, not 50.
That's the street
I was sure he was going to guess 50, but
yeah, going under 50. I'm going to go with, God, all right, I'm going to say 37. Just
okay, well
slightly
now
under.
I feel stupid with the 75.
Yeah.
It's definitely not 75, but whatever.
I finally got a replacement fridge, which was a big old piece of shit circa 1980. Oh, and I wished it stopped there. A lot of the necessities that you need when you rent an Airbnb, like pots and pans and, like decent fucking towels.
Wow, that was the
didn't
longest
have
he
it.
went without an F-bomb.
Right.
I was sure there were going to be fucking pots,
Pots
or at
and
least
fucking pans.
pots and fucking
Fucking
pans.
pans.
F and towels. All right.
And I tried so fucking hard not to complain and not to bitch and everything else, but like this motherfucker was terrible. He would randomly stop by to ask me fucking questions while I was in the middle of doing shit, like renting his fucking Airbnb and working. And when he would stop by, he would make comments about, hey, the air conditioning's a little too low. Hey, do you need all those lights on? All this random fucking shit.
Dude.
And of course, I would say something smart back, like, don't you have anything better to do? Like have a dick measuring contest with your fucking grandma? Because he seemed like kind of a weird fucking guy. And I was busy and wanted him to fuck out of my face. But let me tell you something. This wasn't a cheap
guy's
Airbnb.
got roid rage
This was
or
a
something.
fucking nice Airbnb. Even with all that, I tried to fucking let it go. I tried to let it go. I tried to be fucking, like, forward. I had other shit to do, like make fucking money. And then... shortly after,
I wonder what he does. He's probably wearing a company shirt. I don't know. Maybe that's like
No,
a
that
golf.
is a brand, Ian.
I don't know. All right, that's a brand.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I was gonna say either brand or his company, but our brand. And so like he's obviously like like a maybe not a finance bro, but he's some sort of money making bro. He's got a
Yeah.
Bluetooth headset on all the time.
Mhm.
He's got his expensive selfie stick. And
Right.
he's like, yeah, I'm making some fucking money.
shortly after I check out, I get a message from Airbnb that says, hey bro, you owe $75 for cleaning. And of course, I just messaged back, listen, I paid a cleaning fee when I'm fucking like paid for the place.
Yeah.
This should be covered. What the fuck is going on? Now, what I didn't do, unfortunately, is look at the pictures that were attached. I was fucking busy. I had other shit to do, like make fucking money, and the pictures wouldn't load. So I said, F it, let's go. And supposedly in the pictures, there was like a stain on the couch and some other
What do
bull.
you mean supposedly? Can't you go back and look?
Right. He said they wouldn't load or something.
Yeah, but he's
You
like,
didn't
all right,
try
at the
that hard.
time I answered without, all right, but then when you realize it was an issue,
Why didn't you go back and
Yeah.
look? Yeah.
fuck, you don't have the time for that.
I was making money.
Good time.
And apparently Airbnb kept hitting me up like, hey, you owe this money. Hey, you owe this money. Send us the fucking money for 3 days. No more, no less. By the time I noticed that all these messages were coming through and they were blowing me the fuck up over $75 when I spent a few grand on the fucking room, they locked
Dude,
my
Montclair
fucking
shirt over here.
account and banned me for not following the rules. Fast forward 2 months, multiple fucking emails and multiple fucking phone calls. I still can't use Airbnb, all because some cocksucker who probably shouldn't be in the Airbnb game in the first place put in a fucking complaint and whined like a little bitch. Welcome to 2024. And if anybody wants to help me with this situation, I would fucking love it, because I'd love to pay that $75 fee and go about my fucking life, but they won't fucking let me. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like bad fucking business.
That's
Wow.
funny.
All right, let's go to this guy's profile. It's got to have the
Right.
F word in it somewhere.
Let's poke around on Teddy's
Eddie Miller.
profile.
Yeah.
His name's Teddy.
Fucking profile.
Teddy Miller, the boss. Love it.
100K followers.
his bio picture.
What does he do?
Oh man, yeah.
He's cool.
I saw a finger. At first I thought that
He's
finger
pointing at the
was
sky.
one finger over. You.
Real estate with my company. Wait, make money in real estate with my company and make a different.
Make a vacation.
guy loves making
supply and
money.
demand. I don't see any F words in a caption. I hate crypto. This is- all right, Teddy the boss. Sorry. Do you think he's back on Airbnb?
They're pretty serious about their bans.
Yeah.
I was banned from Uber for over 10 years.
Are you back?
I'm back, finally.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you knew that. We've talked about it a billion times because I sued them, but it was on my ride.
What'd you do?
I didn't do shit. An Uber driver punched my friend in the face, and then come to find out he had 18 felony convictions. And he threatened to pull a gun. Like, busted my friend's lip open. Yes, and it was on my ride, and his name is fucking Chris Johnson, so, like, he could be anybody, so they couldn't ban him. But they banned me because it was on my ride, and I said we were going to sue. He didn't do shit. He was just drunk and annoying. All he did is tell the dude to go because it was a green light, and the guy got, like, mad. No, not really. He was definitely being drunk and annoying, but not, like, punch him in the face annoying. But yeah, I was banned for so long. And I tried different email addresses, different phone numbers, different credit cards, and it always knew somehow that it was me. Like, I tried everything. Like, I made fake emails, like all of that, but like it was like, no, Maha, we know it's you.
That's crazy.
Huh? But I don't know what happened, like if they changed systems or something, but I just tried it one day and it worked.
That kind of happened to me with Airbnb when I got banned.
Oh, really?
One day, just like, oh, that's y'all cool? All right.
You got banned off of Airbnb too?
Yeah.
Funny. How long were you banned for?
I can't remember. This is back at the Fort Fiesta days.
No.
But it was just stupid. It was like a client complaint, and I was like the last one to trigger. And they're like trigger happy on it. It triggers the ban, and all of a sudden there's like no one you can talk to.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
You're shunned
Yeah.
for life. Crazy.
Airbnb. Speaking of Airbnb, let's do another horror story from TikTok.
So I'm gonna give you guys a story time about how my Airbnb got robbed and how these people tried to squat in my property.
Damn.
Both?
What? Right.
Usually we've had, I in fact was a guest with the Airbnb got robbed story.
Yep.
We have plenty of guests with squatter stories.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a guest with both.
Both,
in one.
yeah.
What?
Maybe she's telling it back to
We
back.
still don't because she's not a guest, but whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Yeah, it's almost like she's here with us.
So I was very freshly new to Airbnb. This was maybe my second guest that I had. And basically, I had Ring camera set up. I had a lock in place, like a keyless lock. It tells me when people are coming in and out. Ring camera outside. No, this lock is like $400 per property. Let's start from the beginning. These people booked to stay for 19 days. I didn't find anything suspicious about it because I'm like, okay, they're paying money. This is like a decent amount of money that they're paying to come stay on my property. So like, why would they squat? It wasn't even something that even crossed my mind. I also didn't
The last of their funds.
Right.
Probably a stolen credit card or something.
Scammers.
I also didn't have the option on Airbnb on where it only accepts instant bookings for guests with a good track record because I just thought like, I don't know. I was just not paying attention. So the day before they're supposed to check out, I go to look on, like, check my Ring cameras. I haven't been checking them this whole time because I'm just thinking, like, whatever, like, the same people have been staying there. So I go to check my Ring camera, and it says the Ring camera's offline. So I'm like, okay. I go to check my lock. It says the lock is disconnected, or somebody tried to tamper with the lock. So I'm like, all right. I'm just assuming, like, maybe something's going on with the Wi-Fi, but the people never let me know. So cool.
You should be able to check your shit right there.
Yeah.
Whatever app, whether it's ADP or Vivint or whatever, simply say if you should be able to log on and be like, okay, and then you should be able to see when the activity stopped, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, well, I can see that when you first checked, you yanked that shit out. The camera's been gone since you got there. What the hell?
That morning, the day of checkout, I received a text from the lady saying something like, we're going to let the landlord know that you're illegally doing Airbnb in his property, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, first of all, it's not illegal. The landlord knows exactly what I'm doing. This is why you need to make sure they know what you're doing so you don't lose your business and your money. Yeah.
No arbitrage.
They try to blackmail her?
Right.
You're not allowed to do short term, so we're going to be your long term.
Right.
Right.
We're staying here forever.
Exactly.
I'm like, cool, this lady didn't check out yet. So I go to the property because remember, previously I saw that the Ring camera wasn't on, so I can't see when they're leaving or not. Go to the property. Why do I get to the property? And my locks are changed? Okay, cool. I'm knocking on the door. This is the door that they entered through. There's 2 entrances. I don't have a Ring camera at the other entrance, and I learned from that. Okay, so I'm knocking on the door, whatever. Nobody's coming to the door. Cool.
Yeah.
Calm
Wow,
lady,
that's
calm lady. Nobody's
crazy.
answering. Okay, so I go inside. There's another entrance. I go inside, up the stairs. Why they changed that lock too?
Damn.
Okay. Not you're trying to stay in my property. I wasn't playing those games. So I'm on the phone with the police. Yeah. Come get these people out of my property.
That's how it works.
But they're on the phone with the police at the same time. My boyfriend was with me, and I basically had him kick the door in. Yes, I did. Because that's crazy.
Well,
You're
she
about
probably
to
got
be
arrested or
losing
something
money
for
and losing
this.
funds. That's wild. So kick the door in. Didn't like storm into the property or anything. Just kicked the door in and was like, well, before we kicked the door in, I literally said, we're going to kick the door in if you don't open it up. Kicked the door in. She was in the apartment. Her daughter was in there. The guy was in there. And, you know, I didn't want to make it traumatizing for her child. So, like, you know, I was just basically like, you guys need to leave. I don't know what you're trying to do with the property, but you guys need to leave. Come to find out, they had called the police on us too. Why did they call the police saying that somebody was breaking into the property?
Oh my God.
What?
Okay, I'm breaking into my own property that you were supposed to leave 5 hours ago.
Technically, she is.
You're going
Yeah.
to jail.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
They might.
So the police get there, and the police think that it's us because no, they had called saying that somebody's trying to break into the property, and I had to explain to the police like, no, this is my Airbnb. Like, these people are trying to squat. They only paid for a certain amount of days. It's not like a rental where like they have a lease or nothing like that. It's through Airbnb. They paid for a certain amount of days. So the police were able to get them out, but once I get into the property, why did they steal all my belongings from the cleaning closet? Cool,
Of
you're getting
course.
charged for that. Then the guy offers us, how do I say this? Then the guy's like, oh, do you want to smoke with us? Da, da, da. First of all, sir, why do I want to smoke with you? I don't even
Are you
know you. You're
serious?
going to try to do something to me. Please, get out of my property.
I know what'll make this all
Then the girl's
better.
talking all this crap. Oh, we didn't steal nothing from the cleaning closet. We didn't steal nothing from the cleaning closet. I'm like, I don't know why you're being hostile towards me when you're stealing my belongings.
You
Okay,
changed
you
my
stole my
fucking
truck.
locks.
Right, that's
You
crazy.
I'm
stole
gonna
all my
smoke you
paper
out.
towels, all my toiletries out of the closet. Everything that was in the closet, gone. The lock is in the closet, all decombobulated.
Like you forget about that closet.
It's
Decombobulated.
freaking ridiculous. So it gets worse.
Oh no.
So basically, they leave. The guy gives me the keys that he has to the locks that he changed. My dumb self thinking like, okay, he gave me all the keys. Clearly, he had a copy.
Wow.
Because why the next time I come back to the property, my TV is gone.
Damn, the long
He's
game.
gone.
You
So,
should not have
this being
accepted their
a-
locks.
You should have
Like,
definitely
get your locks
changed
back.
locks.
Make
Change
sure
the
that
locks.
if you're using Airbnb, you have that toggle on. Make sure that if you're using another platform like Furnish Finder, have your guests pay to do a background check. And make sure that you are regularly checking your Ring camera and your locks. If it says that your lock is being tampered with, you need to go to the property, or you need to have somebody go to the property and see what's going on. I had to
your
lock
boyfriend
down
to
my
come kick you
Airbnb for
Right.
like a month because of this, to fix the door, to fix all the other damages that these people did to my property that they were trying to stay in. They also went downstairs. It's a 2-unit home. They went downstairs and tried to basically break into downstairs as well. You could see like the lock had been like tampered with.
Jeez.
Like they tried to use a screwdriver or something to get into the property down there. So you want to make sure that you're vetting your guests. Please.
I'm
Yeah.
actually surprised the police kicked them out.
Same.
Yeah.
That we've had. I mean, we know the law. Like, yeah, maybe it's some cool ass state where you can just get fucking
Right,
squatters
where they don't have
fuck.
Yeah.
squatters' rights.
Well,
'Cause
didn't we
here,
pass some shit?
the
that,
police are also just lazy as fuck, and they're like, "Oh, it's a civil matter.
Yeah,
We can't
exactly.
do anything."
So that happens often? Like people...
Squatters, yeah. So in Georgia,
Really?
you have to go through the court system to get them out, even if it's clearly a squat. Like that exact situation,
Yeah.
if they stayed, like you would have to go to the court system to kick them out, and you could actually get in trouble for like changing the locks or throwing their stuff out.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that, even though they
Yeah.
did it to you. Yeah, because like the COVID protection is supposed to be like, all right, you're not getting kicked out while there's a pandemic and you can't have income.
Right.
But
Oh.
they didn't think so much about what about all the landlords who have mortgiges
Yeah.
that had
And
no
now
longer have
they're going
income
broke.
coming. Yeah,
Their houses are getting foreclosed on because their mortgage isn't getting paid.
and they can't get rid of the.
You're not even allowed to like cut the utilities off if you have a squatter.
real?
Yeah.
So how long does it take like to get them out going through the court?
It's supposed to be like once you file, like something has to happen within like 14 days or something like that. But it's always so backed up. I don't think that ever happens.
Okay, so quick story time on when I got robbed
Oh,
a few
no.
weeks ago in Cabo, Mexico. I do just want to say that it was my first time in Cabo, and it is important to know that this was at an Airbnb. And I'm going to show you guys the listing of this property so that you guys never stay there.
Love that. Put them on blast.
It's like the only place in Mexico I haven't been.
A lot of times
Ooh.
they'll protect the identity of like, they're like, I got almost raped and they robbed me, you know,
I
stuff.
was gonna be human
Right.
trafficked. I'm not gonna tell you who it was. The fuck?
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Tell us.
Now she's like, no, fuck these people.
Yes,
Yeah.
here's the listing.
Yeah, all right, good. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Put
this
'em-
looks very nice.
Doc's bad host.
Okay, so this was the listing that we stayed at. Luxury villa, infinity pool, view of the arch. Buy all 4 home. Don't do it. So prior to our booking, we had noticed that the latest reviews had been pretty bad. So we had reached out to the host and asked them, hey, everything that people are complaining about, have you guys been able to fix these issues before we book?
That's kind of interesting. Like, as you're booking, you start seeing all the latest ones.
Yeah.
Like, because I've like checked, not because I'm like questioning, like, is it still maintaining quality, but like I'm like seeing if there's like any like details I can glean about the place
Yeah.
from these reviews.
I've never
Exactly.
checked after booking. I've never checked reviews after booking.
I've done it maybe once in that context. So I
Really?
would be very surprised to be like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Shit.
Shit's gone south. Are we in a
Yeah.
new management?
Yeah.
They messaged us back and said, yes, you are good to go. We closed down for 10 days, blah, blah, blah. You're good. Okay, so we continued with our booking. Upon our arrival, that was not the case. Everything was not fixed. There were broken faucets. There were broken everything. It was dirty. The pool was not swimmable. There were so many things wrong with this property, and constantly throughout our stay, we were asking them, like, we were constantly having to complain. So long story short, you know, we're still going about our business and our trip. The last day of our stay, the homeowner,
The cleavage is
showed
very
up to the
distracting.
house
Having a hard
and
time following.
was basically saying that our requests were unrealistic.
Can't fix this in this amount of time.
Right.
Meanwhile, this
Oh,
is
you wanted the pool to
obviously a
work?
luxury home, a luxury listing, which was not the case. There were so many things unluxury about this home, and the service that we received, not okay. Okay, and keep in mind, this is a luxury home and a luxury listing, so we shouldn't even have to be complaining about these little things. The pool should be swimmable. There shouldn't be dust all over the place. The faucet shouldn't be... You guys, there was no toilet seat on the toilet in the master bathroom. He told me that that was not realistic for him to get taken care of before we arrived.
Can't source the toilet seat in this amount of
Right.
time.
So anyways, that was literally just... Those were just minor things of the issues that were wrong in the home. So when he arrives at our house the last day, he basically offers us free transportation for the remaining of our stay. Meanwhile, we're staying we leave the next day. So we were like, all right, whatever, we'll take the free transportation. We shouldn't have did that. He also offers us $1,000 to give him a good review and not leave him a bad review on Airbnb.
Wow.
We
That's probably
declined
the
that
good
because
reviews.
I was like, no, we paid over $7,000 to stay at this property. I think for our inconvenience,
It's Sleep 16.
we
Everybody
were owed
relax.
a lot more than that. So we declined that and told
It's
him
not that much.
absolutely not. He did not like that answer.
Got to split
He was
that
very
$1,000
rude.
with
He
15
was
of my
very
friends.
hostile to
Right,
the
yeah.
whole situation. However, he did still offer us the transportation, which we accepted. So the transportation that he booked for us shows up, picks us up that same night. Again, this is our last night of our stay, to take us to dinner and take us out. We end up leaving our home around like 8 o'clock, 8:30, I think. 8:30 actually. 8:30, and then we get back to the house around 12 or 12:30. Immediately when we arrive, we notice all the lights are on, the front door is open, like crazy stuff. And we're like, what the hell? There's no way we left this, whatever. So my girlfriend goes upstairs to her room and instantly, like, she gasps. When we walk into the house, there is shit everywhere, ransacked, okay? Okay, also another thing to keep in mind, at the home that we were staying at, when you leave and enter the neighborhood, there's a security checkpoint that you have to check
Oh, it's a
into
setup.
and give them the the property that you are going to. So it's just very odd how anybody would have been able to get to this property like this. Okay, weird. Long story short, they ended up stealing over $50,000 worth of items from us, laptops, computers, jewelry, you name it, it was gone. You guys, this is what's even more crazy. When we called The police. We called 911.
Is that
The police. We called 911.
the
I
number
don't think
in
there's
Mexico?
911 in Mexico.
Oh, say that.
Nueva uno uno.
Right.
Yeah, thanks for having had to call it.
Right.
I'm afraid of the cops in Mexico. They're the bad
Right,
guys. Yeah.
exactly. I've gotten scammed by the cops
Yeah.
more than like anybody else.
Maybe that's where the story's going, but
Maybe
that's
it was
not
the
gonna help.
cops that robbed her.
They at least get a taste.
The police literally, I called. I'm on the phone with them. They literally told me, no habla inglés, and hung up the phone.
Well,
Fair. You're in Mexico.
yeah, like if I
You
called
didn't even
the
attempt
cops in
Spanish?
France and I was
Right.
like, and I'm just
Right.
yelling at them in English and they're
Or if
Hey,
a
what?
Mexican called the police here yelling
Yeah.
at them in Spanish, they'd probably be like, speak English, hang up.
That's true.
they robbed. You're not listening. They robbed me.
Right.
No, I'm not. I don't speak it either.
El
That makes
Rabo.
So instantly, we were like, okay, no, fuck this. Like, we're obviously not safe here. We just felt like the owner of the home was probably in on it. The driver that he set up probably was telling him where we were at, when we were leaving, when we were coming
Oh,
back.
definitely.
Yeah.
All of
He
those
set up the
things.
driver to take them out.
And since the robbery, he did not respond. When we told him we were robbed, did not respond until the following day after we had left Mexico. Since then, we've been dealing with Airbnb, which has been absolute hell.
Well, you didn't get a police report or anything,
and
dummy.
It's been almost a month since my stay. And we still kind of, we've got a partial refund, not what we were expecting. And still no update on our claim for all of us.
They didn't even get a full refund on the stay, let alone the $50,000 worth of shit that was stolen.
We've
crazy.
been trying to be in contact with him regarding like cameras and video footage and everything like that.
It's like
He
3,000 per
told us
person.
that
You know.
the
Yeah.
There's
cameras
15.
were
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
during that time of the robbery. So now we have absolutely no footage of anything that happened. He said that we were the only ones that checked in and checked out of our home for security, obviously. And yeah, it's just been a complete nightmare, but we're just thankful, obviously, that we were all safe. And, it wasn't all girls' trip, so that's another thing. It was a lot. Long story short, I will never be booking an Airbnb on my vacations anymore. I've been seeing like multiple people posting about, being robbed and stuff in Mexico right now. So I just feel like right now is not a good time to travel to Mexico because ultimately it's not safe. There's something going on. I don't know.
It's not safe here. The fuck?
Dang, they came up 50,000.
I know.
That's a lot of pesos too.
Right, exactly.
Jeez.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. Double shot.
But to be fair, that could have easily happened in Atlanta. It's
Well,
not a Mexico thing necessarily.
If she would have called the cops in Atlanta, at least they would have,
I've
they would
called
understand.
911
Yeah.
and gotten like voicemail before and had like nobody answer multiple times. Like I would say, like half the time when you call, nobody answers. It's wild.
That is wild.
It's usually for me getting in a car accident that I caused myself. But yeah, they often do not answer the phone when you call 911.
Like all my clients from this past couple of days, like no cops are answering
Yeah.
because of the
Really?
snow. Yeah,
because of the
there's-
snow, they're busy.
they're
Oh,
like, yeah, my tire. I don't want to slide either.
Right, exactly.
I left for a second. I was like, I got a new car. The G-Wagon can handle it.
Yeah.
And I go out. I was just running to Home Depot real quick.
Mm.
And I take a right onto Glen Iris, which is right by my house. And I see like 3 cars. Like it's just another block that kind of slightly downhill. They're all like had hit each other. And I'm like, ooh, let me be careful.
Yeah.
So I start going slow. And it just hits ice. Now I'm sliding. And I'm like, all right. So I used the curb to stop myself. And then I
Yeah.
was like, fuck this. Turned
Right.
around, went home. My brother-in-law gets there. He
Wow.
has a rental. He works in He has a hotel in Chattanooga.
Uh-huh.
So he had gone and to the mountain hertz and swapped out for like a real good like mountain Jeep with like all kinds of shit. So
Yeah.
he had come over and he's like, well, and I told him the story I just told y'all. He gets the same place, he bangs around in Glen Iris, and then he's like, I got this. Eat
Slide.
same shit.
Slide.
Yeah.
Damn, did he wreck?
Yeah, not like bad. Like, he just like real slow motion.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
Dang, that's
claim.
crazy.
But yeah.
We're not built for this in Atlanta. People make fun of us, but like, you cannot do anything when the road is iced.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
any car is gonna slide on that, unless I don't know. Maybe if you have chains on your tires or something. But
Yeah, they don't-
even then, I don't know.
Hey, unless you have spikes in your shit, you're gonna slide.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's everyone's a bad driver on today, yesterday, the day before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just
Us every
stayed
day.
my ass in the house.
And we
Because like we went home as soon as it started snowing. I was like, we got to get the fuck out of here because I
Yeah.
know the roads are about to get
I called it for
Stupid.
everyone else, but I stayed at the office till like 4 because I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then,
See, I ended up having to stay with my IT guy for a minute and like fix something too. But by the time I got home, I tried to like go into my driveway and my car slid a little bit on the driveway. I was like, oh shit, just in time. Let me get my ass in here. Yeah.
That's when you drive like us, it's
I know. I already knew
You gotta drive
myself.
fast.
well,
We're just bad.
I'm just a
drivers.
bad driver. Yeah, it's just very
I just
funny
don't
that
pay attention.
we're just two accident attorneys that drive
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
are accident-prone accident attorneys.
Right.
One time I was at Mungie Associates. I literally got in an accident leaving the parking lot, pulling out.
What?
Caused an accident. It was so
Oh, yeah.
embarrassing. And then, like, luckily, most people were. I was, staying late, working hard.
Yeah.
And so, not too many people saw me, but some people did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm in a hotel room, as you can see. I'm supposed to be in an Airbnb. Within a minute of checking into that place, I said, fuck this place, I got to go. Let me tell you what happened. I'm currently in Montreal for one of my good college friends' wedding, and all of my college friends are also in town attending this wedding, right? So while we're here, I got here around like 11 o'clock. My friends pick me up from the airport, and then we go to brunch. And then we
called
have
it,
all
Maha.
this list of shit to do
Yeah.
before the wedding, which is the next.
She's including guys getting her face together.
I'm too ADD for shit like that. Like I'm totally distracted by the mask. I have no
I'm
idea what she's
looking
talking
at
about.
that too.
It's backfiring.
And we came to their hotel room and dropped off my stuff because I can't check into the Airbnb until 4 p.m. So I dropped off my stuff. We go to brunch. We go to do a list of shit that we needed to do. And then at this point, it's like almost 8 o'clock. I'm getting.
Like I'm crossing this other thing off my list.
Right.
Face mask.
Right.
I need to do. I'm checking, telling the story, making my TikTok, getting my face. That's so ridiculous to me.
I'm getting a text from the Airbnb people. They're like, "Hey, are you coming in to check in?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." Hold on one second. I'm in an Airbnb as opposed to being with my friends because I don't like hotels.
Interesting for her to say I don't like hotels.
Yeah.
Like Tanisha, my assistant, doesn't like Airbnb. She told me that when our first like work
Yeah.
trip together. She's like, can we cancel it? I was like, tells me her thing about Airbnbs. Of course, the guy's like, no, sorry, it's your cancellation. I'm like, sorry, Tanisha.
Yeah.
Can we check it out together and then see?
Right.
And she was fine. But now, but like to be like, I don't do hotels is a little weird.
yeah.
Why people don't like Airbnb? Well, why you
Plenty
afraid they
of
don't like it?
reasons.
I don't remember what her reason was, other than like just one bad experience. But like, she's also
Oh.
afraid of cats. So like,
Yeah, she's afraid of cats.
yeah.
Interesting.
I need two things for my home. I need ample amount of natural lighting. And when I say ample, I mean like 70% of the place must be all windows. And I also need a little kitchen because I like to make my own food on mornings, especially breakfast. I need to make my own breakfast. So the day of the wedding, probably not. The first day I got here, clearly not. But the second day or the third day that I'm here, yes, I'm waking up in the morning and making my little breakfast. So that's why I stayed at Airbnb. And more importantly, I'm staying at Old Montreal and they're staying at Central Downtown. And this way I get to see Central Downtown area and Old Montreal because I know I'm going to spend
Put
a lot
the
of time
fucking
with my
mask
friends.
on.
Right,
It's
I'm
pissing me off. It's
watching
gonna get
it.
dry.
And the next, like the day after the wedding, I'm going to take a me time or like if my friends can join me or whatever to explore that side of town. And I wanted variety basically. I'm going to figure out how to put this shit on. Hold on a second.
She doesn't even know. She's doing it for the first
Yeah.
time
I
while
don't know
she's
how people
recording this
talk
video.
and tell stories and do things. Okay.
I also don't know why you're trying
Yeah.
to tell a story and do things.
Right.
Yeah. Why is that a thing now?
It is Steve. I guess she
Yeah.
just wants to be included.
So I wanted a variety basically. I
Now we're
wanted to
doing nails?
be around my friends and explore where
No
they
way.
live and explore another side of town and being able to like walk out and grab little things and whatnot. Anyways, so after we're done hanging out, this is around 8 p.m. We have dinner plans. I'm like, I need to go home and put my luggage down, change, and then go out to dinner. As I'm literally on my way to the Airbnb people text me, hey, are you coming? Yes, I am. So I get there. The lobby is so effing cute. I'm staying at this boutique style like hotel, but like operated by Airbnb, and it's so gorgeous and so beautiful. And the bedrooms the rooms look like a studio. Like it has a kitchen and has like all the things that I need. Anyways, we walk into the lobby. Gorgeous place. I'm like, oh, this is so cute. I'm trying to find the elevator. Even though I don't have a lot of luggage on me, I just have a carry-on, a backpack, and a purse. My carry-on is a little heavy, so I was trying to find an elevator. There was no elevator to be found. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm gonna attempt to do my nails in this video, but I talk with my hands, so I don't know if anything is gonna get done.
So then don't
So
attempt to do
I can't
that.
find the elevator, but I do find this like what I call shuffle. I could be wrong. I don't even know how to say it. But it's one of those things that people have it in their homes. They usually like rich
Dumbwaiter?
people in castles. They like send food upstairs, or other people would use it for a laundry chute or whatever like that. Things like that. That kind of thing. So we find that, and it has like all the floors. Mind you, this place has like 4 floors. I'm like, and I'm on the 3rd floor. So I'm like, hey, I can put this up. I can put my luggage in here and meet it up on the 3rd floor and take the stairs. Try to do that. It's not opening. You know why? Because they need a fucking key. And there's nobody to operate it. So I'm like, okay. And I'm pretty fucking sure in the description of this place, it did not say it does not have elevator and you're taking up the stairs.
Didn't say that it does have an elevator either.
The you're staying at. And I didn't see any complaints in the review. So I'm like, it is what it is. Take a freaking L. Take your shit upstairs and go what you gotta do. So I try to do that.
Carry on, relax.
We get up there and we go to 3 or 4. I'm trying to put in the code. It's not working. I'm looking at Megan, who is my friend that came with me. Am I stupid? She tries. It's not working. I'm texting the Airbnb people. Yo, this isn't working. I can't get through this door. They're like, okay, let us reset the password. I'm waiting for them to reset the password, and we having a conversation about how fucking weird this is. And then an older lady, like 82-year-old grandma, comes down. Sweetest British lady I've ever met in my life. And she's like, you guys, I can't get through my room. And we're like, yeah, we're having similar issues. She's like, yeah, please let me be with you until you figure out your issues, and you guys can help me maybe.
How did 82-year-old get on Airbnb?
Right. How the fuck did people do this?
And it's like comfortable just like asking people.
Right.
Anyways, we can't.
She's probably 50 and they're just young and think she's 82.
Now we're hustling with the door. A girl comes up to us and she goes, "What are y'all doing?" I'm like, checking into my Airbnb. WTF? What do you mean? And then she goes, "That's my room." And we're like, "But this says 304." She goes, "Yeah, the thing might say 304 here, but the door is literally on the other side, like a few steps, like 2-3 steps." So we're like, "Oh, sorry. My bad. That's probably why the code wasn't working. User's error." Cool. We walk over the 3 steps. At this point, we try to unlock this girl's door too many times with the wrong code.
So the locked her out.
Locked itself.
Oh, wow.
But it resets every 30 seconds to 60 seconds, I think. So she's waiting for the door to reset. Grandma's standing right next to her because she's waiting for our help.
Grandma's definitely in the wrong room.
Yeah.
Me and Megan will come upstairs and help you out. Cool. We walk into our room. The code works. We're like, yeah, what a problem.
Yeah.
We walk in. Again, I like my place with like 70% natural lighting,
Very
right?
specific.
So this place has 70% natural lighting. The city light is coming through. It's looking over the water.
I walk in, it's 50%
Yeah,
natural lighting.
57 at
Sun is
best.
setting at this point. It's like literally at peak, like it's almost at dark, but the light is still there. So my friend Megan is in front of me. She walks through the door, and there's like a little hallway, and she's walking in. She doesn't turn the lights on. She's just looking at the windows and stuff. She's like, "Oh my god, this place is really cute." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And I turn the lights on.
What was that?
We turn the lights on. Honestly, we looked up to the right the same time, and guess what we've seen? This is what we've seen. A whole entire person is already living here. You see them. You see that backpack. You see that luggage-looking like thingy.
He went to the
You
wrong
see this
room, too.
Freaking
Yeah.
iron.
Right.
You see this whole. Someone is living here. A female at that. When I tell you, I freaking froze. I was like, I'm like, what the hell? So when we come back out. At this point, oh my god, one sec. We come back out looking like
What if
all
50
over
was just like clipping his nails right now
I know.
while he was telling a story to us?
And we're like,
Like,
somebody's living
She's
in
all
here,
over
you
the
guys.
place.
And the girl goes, seriously? I'm like, can I take a look? I'm like, girl, I have no control over this place, so do what you will. She goes inside and she goes, wait, they have slippers? I'm like, girl, focus. She's like, okay, cool. She looks at it and she goes like, this is fucking crazy. What the hell? We all get out. I'm texting them like, somebody's living here. What the fuck is going on? And then they go, wait, I think you're supposed to be at 204. Are you at 204? Of course not. The welcome message that you sent to me said 304, and you gave me the code to 304. You've reset the 304 code again, like literally 10 minutes ago when I was talking to you. So what the hell do you mean are you at 204? Of course I'm not. We're all so freaking confused.
Hope they said someone else at
I'm like,
204.
you know what? Let's go upstairs to 4th floor.
Grandma
82-year-old
first?
woman is living here with so
would've
many
gone to
luggages.
204
She's
first.
a British woman, like I said, and she was traveling. She traveled through Europe, Spain, or whatever she did, and she came down here. She has a lot of luggages. She's like, you guys, when I'm leaving here, you know what they told me? That I need to get out of here by 9 a.m. if I want to use the shackle-looking ass thing that I've told you that can take the things up and down. That's the only time that they are in the building, and that's the only time that we can use, the residents in this place right now can use the shuffle thing, because when they're in the office. So she's like, tomorrow, she's like, I'm leaving this place. I can't go upstairs and I can go up and down. I'm leaving this place, and when I'm leaving, I need to leave by 9 a.m. We're like, Grandma, this is absolutely insane. Let me help you get into your room. I'm glad you're leaving here. When I'm telling you she has a cane, she can barely, 82 years old, okay? It's insane. She asked for a different room, and they're like, no, we don't have anything. But they're offering me a different room, and they're like, hey, we're gonna send you a code to a different room, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I don't want your code. I don't want nothing. I help Grandma get into her room. Me and Megan help Grandma get into her room. Make sure that she knows how to get into her room, because it was used as Eric. She didn't know how to use the keypad to like put the code in or whatever. She uses it. She's like, hey, I missed my reservation for dinner that she was trying to go to. She's like, I'm just gonna go outside and grab food. We're like, okay, cool. We escort her down the stairs because, again, she's a fall hazard. I don't know why these people are doing this to her. Her son-in-law booked this room for her. When he found out, he's like, I'm changing it tomorrow morning. No worries. Anyways, we help her get downstairs. I'm talking to these people, arguing with them back and forth. Airbnb picks up that there's a problem with the situation, and they're like, hey, this icon pops up. Do you need help? Is there
What? That's a
safety
thing?
concern?
They just read
Call
the
us.
messages and
I
see
get
when
on
there's
the phone
trouble?
Yeah.
because at this point,
Well,
I'm
I think they
arguing
can
with
tell
this
like
host.
if you
And
check in late and stuff like that
the
too.
way they handle the situation, the way they fucking handle the situation, I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna have to do a part 2.
All right, I'm in.
That was way too long, though.
I agree.
Like, that was a very simple mistake. They sent you the wrong room number. Like, whatever, lady. Like, not that big of a deal.
Wait, you're never gonna guess.
Right.
It was my fault first.
Right, exactly.
Oh, let's do part 2.
That was not that weird. They just accidentally, like, sent you to the wrong room.
Recognizes the room and get the fuck out of there if they were staying there for long term because that shit is fucking weird. The way
Only 50% light.
I see a lot of your.
Wow. All right.
This has to be a skit. This has to be a skit.
I don't know what I think about her. Hold on, I got shit to say. No, I'm just kidding. Don't we hate her though? A little
Yeah, I do
Eyes.
hate her. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah. Oh man, part.
I feel like you just wasted my motherfucking time.
Yeah.
Right.
Part.
That
Part
long-ass
6.
story that
she's
could have been 30
explained the noise
seconds.
she heard.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Is she?
I don't want to find out because I've
Right.
had about enough of her.
I'll
But
explain what that is.
yeah, it's just so. I mean, I do. Like, I'm usually pro. Like, just have the smoke for whoever you're telling the story about. But like, she's like, they double book me.
Yeah.
So weird. Never stay there.
Right.
They might
Right.
double book you. And never mind, they went to the wrong room in the first
Right,
place.
exactly.
Exactly.
Ignore that part. Half of the story was you f***ing up.